Hey, hey, welcome. Happy July 4th weekend. And I hope everyone has a good weekend. Keep the doggies safe. Thank you guys for the intro, love. I love it. Yeah, I wanted something like when you first, like when you're waiting for a video, but then I didn't have enough time to do it. So then I'm like, you know what? Let me just make another one. So I'm going to actually upload it so I can use it as a video too. But I got to add a couple of things to it. So if you're single like me, you're home tonight. Actually, it's been raining all day. But I got the lawn mowed, and I'm so proud of myself because I got the entire lawn. Now you have to understand, I have like 3/4 of an acre in the front, and on the side that's like a big hill. And I was never able to do like the entire thing at once, and I did it. I did the whole front yard and all the way in the back. I've never been able to do that like in one shot. I would have to do it like 3 different times. So when I was done, it took me like almost an hour and a half, but I was like, oh my God, I did it. I got all the sides done. I got the hill done. I was like, go me. So yeah, I've never been able to do that before. So I guess when you get older, you just get in better shape. I don't know. But yeah, so I was pretty proud of myself. Then I lay in the pool for a while. While I was in the pool, I went into Tracy's video because she had a question. And we were talking for a minute, and then all these assholes came in, so I left. So that was that. Strong, independent woman. Damn right. Hey, I gotta be. Someone's gotta be around here. But yeah, if you guys don't hear any background noise, it's because nobody's here. And I'm so excited. I love silence. Silence is golden. Alright, so let me tell you what's going on. I knew that I promised you guys like open panel tonight, but I really couldn't figure out what I was going to talk about. So after I get out of the pool, now I did get Popeyes because nobody's here to eat it. Sage will eat it tomorrow, but Phoenix can't eat it. Dayton's not home. So I'm like, I'm going to get Popeyes because it'll be in the fridge tomorrow. So I get back here. I'm like, all right, I got to do more candles. And I have to do orders. And all of a sudden, I go to sit down at my computer. Hey, coffee. And I fall into a rabbit hole. All I did was sit here, and I was about to print labels for the candles I got to make. And lo and behold, I fall down a rabbit hole, and I now have a topic. So I know one of you does, but I'm not going to call you out and dox you. So for those of you that live in Las Vegas, nothing would make me more happy than to have someone in Vegas come up here and tell me how they feel about it personally. If not, they can contact me privately. So, hey Scorpio. So this topic is about the UFO sighting. Now, I had briefly touched upon it with Stone Gator last night because Stone was saying that she didn't understand why they hired a lawyer. But lo and behold, I found 2 creators that are talking about the topic. And both of them are so full of shit that it's sickening. And the sad part is, one of them has 500,000 subscribers, and another one has 91,000 subscribers. So these aren't like little nobodies. I mean, these are big creators. Hey, 3.Dave. These are big creators. So the first one, now I know Stone Gator has been following this case like really well. So she's the first person I asked. I see Cinema Shogun. If any of his people, close people, are listening, I would love to find out why the fuck he's lying. But it's not the first time I've caught him in a lie either. He likes to exaggerate a bit or he misunderstands stuff. At one or the other. Stoned, I am not surprised that you like this guy. I'm really not. No offense. So he says something, and again, I know Stonegator's watching, like following this case. So I asked her, when did the media say that this family went missing? Just tell me. So she's like, I'm on a plane. I don't remember hearing that. I said, I don't remember hearing it either. Where is he getting this information from? Because he's making this whole big production of how the mainstream media went missing. That this family is missing and can't be found. Okay, I've been following this case, so I just want to make sure, ew, Stoned. I just kind of want to make sure that I'm not crazy. Maybe I missed something. So I asked Stoner. She's like, the only one I ever heard say that was Banfield. Okay, Banfield is not mainstream media. Banfield is a sensationalist. Hey, Alexis. Banfield is a sensationalist. She's the furthest thing from mainstream media. Like, that's like saying Molly is mainstream media. Or that, you know, I'm mainstream media. Banfield is not mainstream media. This family never went missing. Just because the family didn't want to speak to someone doesn't mean they went missing. So he's going on and on trying to take credit for bringing you guys this story of how the family went missing. And he's the one that broke it. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is he even talking about? The family never went missing. They're all over social media. So I had no idea what he was talking about. So if you look at his comments, some of the people are saying, you know, mainstream media. So I'm going to play some of it. I'm not going to play all of it because a lot of it's pointless. But I'm going to play some of it. So hold on. Okay.
What's up,
now this was 5 hours ago that he put out this video. And he's not the first person that I've heard this cover up from. So all of these conspiracy theorists are coming up with, it's a cover up. There is no fucking cover up, people. But because the family now hired a lawyer, him and this other guy are running with that it's a cover up. No wonder I have 20,000 subs and these guys have 500,000 and 91,000 because they talk out of their fucking ass. That's why. Okay, watch.
Cinema Shogun here, and every day people have been asking me for an update on that Vegas UFO story that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. For those of you all who don't know, a police body cam captured what looked like a UFO flying over some neighborhood, and then a family that lived in that neighborhood called and said that they saw aliens in their backyard. Now, the story got really wild. If you want all of the updates, you could go back on my channel. I made plenty of videos about it.
Okay, the story didn't get wild. The story was pretty basic. Now, for those of you that live in Vegas, am I wrong? Or am I right about this? Because I followed the story. There's nothing crazy out of anything. The story never took any crazy turns.
Over each and every detail that came out about the story. But lately, the family has pretty much gone silent. They're no longer really talking about this UFO, which is weird. Because
what is weird about it? There's nothing weird about it. It's over. Like, there's no conspiracy to be had. There's just not a conspiracy. How long do you want them to talk about it? They've said everything that there is to say. Like, how long can they go on about it?
As you see, at first, they were really open to talking about it. They were.
Yes, and I agree with that, Coffee, and I said that too. I said that to Stoner, that the only thing that's weird is, and I said this to them, yes, this is what I said yesterday. I don't know if you heard it. But when Stoner asked me why the family hired a lawyer, I had said, like, there's a million reasons. I said, but one of the reasons could be, don't forget, there were 2 unmarked cars that drove by the house. So is it like a government, with the government doing something? Is that the reason they hired a lawyer? Because they're going against the government? Like, so it was weird that, these 2 unmarked guys had walked by the house. But that's about have driven by. Was it some kind of experiment they were doing? Did a UFO escape? Something. But there's no massive cover up like he's trying to lead people to believe.
They were doing TikTok videos, interviews, you name it. They were talking about their experience, but on the news, the mainstream media was claiming that this family was missing.
And then I heard that, and I was like, I did so much research trying to find where mainstream media, said that they were missing. Never happened. Could not find it anywhere. So I'm like, okay, let's go down a rabbit hole even further.
They said that this family vanished without a trace, and that
who said this family vanished without a trace? Even Banfield didn't say this family vanished without a trace. Am I wrong? Oh, Area 51 is in Vegas. Okay, if there was a cover up, the family would have been. I thought it was in Arizona. Why did I think Area 51 was in Arizona? For some reason, I thought it was in Arizona. All right, so Area 51 is in Vegas. So my theory that something may have escaped, or they were doing some kind of experiment and it got away. That's possible. Thank you, Noni. I agree with that too.
They refused to talk about what they saw. But we all knew that was a lie, because I was sharing videos with you all of this family, or at least one of the members of this family, talking about his experiences. Well, now it looks like the mainstream media got what they wanted. They wanted this family silenced, which is why they ran all of that fake news.
Why would the mainstream media want them silenced? Why? What investment would the mainstream media have in silencing this family? Like, how does this guy have 91,000 subs? I don't understand. Yes, Steph, that's what everyone keeps saying. I didn't know. But I don't understand this at all. Mainstream media has no investment into keeping anybody silent, ever.
For over a week, they were running stories about this family missing and gone without a trace for a few.
Please show me one news story, just one, where they said the family went missing without a trace. I just want to see one news story that said that, because he's saying they all ran with it. All the new mainstream media. What the fuck is he talking about?
Refusing to talk. When that was never the case, the family would be chilling in their front and backyard, making videos, doing interviews with whoever would ask. And the mainstream media was lying about them. Well, I think that kind of spooked and freaked out this family.
And this is when I said this dude is out of his mind. So I'm going to fast forward to two news clips that he shows.
Back with more thoughts.
Tonight, it's a story that everybody is still talking about. What happened in a local backyard that prompted a family to call 911 about those alien sightings?
An attorney who represents that family says trespassers are bombarding his clients.
8 News Now investigator David Charnes with his warning. David.
Right,
Now, Stonegator, here's the reason why they've hired an attorney.
that message is to stay out or you could get shot. We don't know what happened at this home, which prompted now this viral police response. We do know this attorney says you could get sued if you intrude.
You do not think this is a hoax?
That's not the part I go into, because that's not what I'm hired for.
Sam Haydari says the family in this body camera video,
Did you see it?
who called 911 reporting aliens, has this warning.
There is a possibility of the injury if they get into it, because this family also, they are armed as well. So it's better not to do it, because they cannot determine who is entering, who is a trespasser, who is a thief, or who is a robber.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
The family making that call saying there were two large figures in their yard.
I don't believe in it, but what I saw right now, I do believe in it. I got scared. Like
you guys don't. I mean, you guys seem legit scared, so I don't blame you.
They actually saw, quote, non-human beings.
Since the story went viral, Haydari says looky-loos are going on private property, investigating for themselves.
They don't have any aliens in the storage or anywhere, so don't try to climb up the walls or send the drones.
Keyboard detectives, meantime, have gone over the videos frame by frame, including this clip from the backyard that night. Sources telling the 8 News Now investigators police do not believe this is a hoax, but aliens?
And you believe them?
Yeah, I believe them because they are sincere. They were scared based on what they said. If they have seen that situation, that you saw the video, they were reaching for the gun and also trying to see something. I don't know what happened, but apparently they saw something that was out of ordinary.
As we reported earlier this month, Metro set up cameras at that home after that family called about a possible trespasser. Police tell me today that there's no further calls for service at that address and that those cameras are gone. Big question, though, Denise, is if there were beings there, whatever it was, where did they go?
Right, and what do people expect to find, too? Trespassing charges, by the way, in our state do carry possible jail time and a fine. And as the attorney mentioned, civil cases can be filed in extreme circumstances. Now, body cam video and officers' responses to calls, even 911 calls themselves, are public record in Nevada. Now, keep in mind, 8 News Now has never identified the family by their name nor revealed.
So there is one major thing.
Okay. So that's why they have a lawyer. Where he comes up with this next theory, blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. I'm like, where does he get his thought from?
Thing that these news reporters got wrong. And we got to go ahead and call that out right from the jump. The police department did not put up cameras at this house because this family called about intruders. That is a blatant lie. What happened was these investigators, police officers, whoever they were, they showed up back at the house, undocumented, by the way, undocumented. They showed up back to the house, which they, for the longest, were denying. They finally admitted it. If you watched my videos, then you know this. But they denied putting cameras up. They even denied having a Department of Homeland Defense sector within this police department. They lied about a lot of things. The family did not call about an intruder.
Please show the proof of where this family, where the mainstream media is lying. They put up the cameras after the incident to see if they came back, if there was anything to it. Once there was no more reported activity, they took the cameras down. keeping cameras up over someone's house is a lot of money. And it's also an invasion. So if the family then felt secure that they no longer needed the cameras, or the government or the cops or whoever decided, hey, you know what? It's a good thing that, we're fine. We could take it down. Homeland Security. Thank you. Once 2 weeks passed, a week passed, all right, nothing's happening, nothing's coming back, let's take the cameras down. This isn't a conspiracy. This isn't a government cover-up.
No. Investigators and officers showed up back to the house a couple of days later and wanted to put up cameras, telling the family that it was for their protection, to protect them from intruders. The family didn't call about intruders. Mind you, the police department did this well before this story went viral. This family didn't want...
The story went viral the second it came out, because the cops said, we believe this. This story went viral immediately. I don't know what this guy is talking about. Oh, wait till you see the next one, Scorpio.
This story to get out there. This family called the police, and that's it.
Who didn't want the story to get out there? The guy is all over social media. Nobody said that the story shouldn't be. I mean, this guy's fucking crazy.
Somehow, the body cam footage and stories about this situation leaked to the media. The family did not leak this information to the media. The family did not ask for those cameras. But not only did they come and put cameras up at their house, pretending that it was for their protection, even though no one knew about this story yet.
All right, tell me what the hell the public knowing about the story and not knowing about the story has anything to do with anything. They put up the cameras because something happened and the freaking, they were aliens or something. Like, it has nothing to do with the public. Why are you selling people this nonsense? Because that's all it is fucking nonsense.
Once they got called out and people realized that they put up cameras at this house, they came and took the cameras down.
They took the cameras down because there was no reason to keep them up. My guess, and it's just my guess, is whatever experiment went wrong and the government had fucked up, or I guess, or they escaped out of Area 51 or something. After that happened, the cops took the camera down. The government told them everything is good. We got them, we don't know where they went, something. But it's not hard to understand. This guy is an idiot. And yes, Cinema Shogun, I am calling you the fuck out.
Now, if these cameras were really for that family's protection, and they were really there to stop intruders, then why aren't the cameras up now? Why hasn't the police department come down there and put up new cameras now that this family is really dealing with intruders?
Okay, let's think logical. If somebody breaks in your house, is it the cop's job to put up security cameras? It sure as fuck ain't. If somebody breaks into someone's store, did the cops put up cameras? They sure as fuck don't. It's not their job to put up cameras. It's your job as the homeowner. This is like common sense 101.
Isn't that odd? It's really odd to me. This whole story, it's been odd from the beginning.
There is absolutely nothing, quote unquote, odd about this story other than fucking aliens flew in, UFO came into someone's backyard. That's a little weird. But being that it's in Vegas, is it so weird if Area 51 is there? Not really. He's twisting the stories exactly. Honestly, there's nothing weird about cops not putting up cameras if someone tries to break into your house or someone's trespassing. Please show me in the history of the police when they ever put up cameras because someone broke into someone's house. I'll wait. Because I promise you, we'll be waiting forever. But that's about all with him. Now let's move on to the other guy who I actually kind of feel bad for. So this other guy got demonetized over this one video. Now let me just explain. YouTube is very, very keen on not spreading false information. If you choose a national story and you spread misinformation, you will get demonetized instantly. It's happened to many, many creators. Well, Stone, before I show you the other guy, I'm going to show you something. Hold on. Because I found this too. I thought it was interesting. Okay. Now I have things to say about this guy too, because I don't really believe him. And I kind of think he's wrong. So hold on.
And joining me now is Scott Rouse. He is a behavior analyst and body language expert who has trained alongside the FBI. We've had him on several times for several different stories. I thought of you for this story, Scott, because there are a lot of people who, you know, are pretty skeptical. Lots of believers and lots of skeptics. So I wanted you to sort of weigh in with your expertise on what you see on the tape. Does anything stand out?
Well, the thing in a situation like this, what you look for first are things that are missing. And for me, I'm not seeing a few things here. I'm not seeing horror, the expressions of terror. I'm not seeing a lot of stress. I know it's a lot of time has passed since the event happened. I'm not sure how much time, maybe an hour or something like that, but it still should be, there should still be a lot of pointing. Come look at this. It happened over here. Only one person points and he's telling where it happened behind their house or whatever. He doesn't say, come over here. It was over here. They're not showing where any of this happened. They're not begging the police, the officers.
Okay, let me just say this. I don't care who you are. If you see a UFO fly into your backyard, okay, and you possibly saw an alien, do you think you're going to be a little freaked out? Just a little? Do you think that all the rules may just get thrown out? It's kind of like, can I just say something? What is with all these narcissists that put their 100,000 plaque like right over their left shoulder? Can someone, or right shoulder, can you please tell me the logic in that? Why don't you like hang it on a wall? Why do you keep it in a view that it's not there all the time? You purposely put it there for camera purposes. What is wrong with these people? Like, okay, we know you got $100,000 plaque. Why don't you put it behind you on your desk? This is like a Chris McDonough moment. Why the fuck are you putting it always behind your right shoulder so everyone can see the whole thing? How fucking tacky. I just want to point that out because I just noticed it. Like, he's got a whole desk behind him. Put it next to the plant. Like, but he's got it on something that you know it's not there all the time. And it's perfectly facing the camera. Like, give me a fucking break with these people.
To come in there and take a look at this. So what's missing is the stress and the terror from there being an alien or a monster in the backyard,
okay,
which normally you'd see a lot of stress from that.
Sounds fair. I want to show a quick clip of the video that was taken of the family, and I'm going to ask you about it on the other side. Take a peek.
Okay.
¡Ay! ¡Permisar! Calmundarela, me canceles var eso. Cáelo, cherro, que chica. Cáelo, cherro.
Okay, I am not fluent in Spanish, but that sounds like a nervous mom to me. What's your take?
That would be a nervous mom if she's been told there's a monster in the backyard. Of course, she's going to be there to make sure everything's okay with her husband or children. So that makes complete sense. But we're not seeing anything, which apparently they didn't get it on camera. But her reaction sounds normal to me. That's about what you would expect.
What about the body language of everybody? I mean, you can sort of see them all congregated in front of the camera, and the camera's not perfect, right? Which I always am curious about. When someone doesn't intend to have perfect shots for the whole internet to consume, this is sort of what it looks like.
Yeah. Another thing that's interesting is the way they're if you look at that, the way they're just standing around with their arms crossed. Having crossed arms doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't mean you're not into what someone's saying, you're turned off to the situation or anything. A lot of people think that, but most of the time it means absolutely nothing. But in this case, there's no pointing. There's no look over here. And the dad is all of a sudden in his pajamas. So I don't know how much time.
Do you think maybe they're just a little flipped out? A little freaked out? Maybe? But crossed arms does mean that you're protecting.
Midnight, 1 a.m. That I fully expected that was going to be the situation, midnight, 1 a.m. But can you just give me 10 seconds, because you know this topic so well. The internet can be pretty darn nasty in the best of times, but when it comes to aliens and conspiracies, etc., this is a teenager who's, devastated. Is it worse than what it is typically?
This is about what they look like when it's not true, but at the same time, it could be true. Supposedly, this kid has other video of.
This is what it looks like when it's not true. What do you expect them to do? Like, honestly, what do you expect? Oh my God, it was here. It was here. This is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of if you're murdered. I'm sorry, if someone breaks into your house and try to murder you and you shoot him, everyone's going to react differently. Some people are going to be flipped out. Some people are going to be like, hey, I shot him. He came in my house. You can't decide how somebody is going to act. The guy, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. The guy was in his pajamas to begin with. Should he change for the aliens? Did he want him looking good for the aliens? Big fucking deal. He's in his pajamas. It was 1 a.m. I'd be in my pajamas too at 1 a.m.
The thing walking around the yard, so we'll see, But right now it looks a little bit iffy because of the things that are missing from all of their behavior. But you never know. All right,
I'll give you another example. World Trade Center. When those two buildings went down. One of the things that I said, and everyone's saying when it was a big conspiracy. Now remember, I'm in New York at the time. I lived in Queens. When it was a big conspiracy, it was all fake. They blew up the buildings with bombs, yada yada yada. The buildings could hold the fire. Steel was made. Okay, all that might be good in theory. Me too, Rectum. All that might be good in theory, but the reality is they never sent a plane through it to, and blow up to see what would happen. That's what this reminds me of. The expert has never looked in their backyard and seen a fucking alien or seen a UFO land in their backyard. So you can't say how someone's going to react. This isn't like somebody was, drive by and they had a gun. So a lot of people react the same. He's got nothing to base it on because nobody has ever just flew in the backyard or fell in the backyard and UFO landed in the backyard. How do you expect people to act? That's what I'm saying. He's not comparing it to anything. He's just basing it on an overall thing, and you can't do that.
Cases like this.
Let me tell you, hasn't shared that video. That would be that would kind of be the answer to it all, sort of, now with AI, et cetera, as well. Scott Rouse, thanks so much. Good to have you on. Thank you for watching.
Now, he's saying the guy says he has a video, which brings me to my video number 3. the guy that got demonetized over this video. Okay. Now he's another one that believes in it's a government cover-up. I'm going to play just a few minutes of his video. He has 500,000 subscribers. This video received 252,000 views 11 days ago. He's normally a gamer. No, this other guy I'm going to play. He's normally a gamer. And I guess somehow got wrapped up in this. I don't know. Never saw him before. But a Reddit post led me, my deep dive led me to this guy. His name is Chaos Moogle.
Saying my family is home. The house is still completely dark. You don't see any of the family members come out. You don't see them go into the house. It was very vague, to say the least, okay? In previous videos, he's in his living room. He's in his garage. He's telling us what happened. He's taking us to the back.
No, this guy has less sense than all of them.
Backyard. Why wouldn't he do that this time? Very, very interesting. Especially after neighbors said that men in black and in black SUVs have been pulling up around this house, making him, I'm sure, and the whole family, extremely nervous.
Okay, from what I remember, Coffee, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it just wasn't it just one car of the government that night? You have to see Cinema Shogun's title he just uploaded. Why? What's his title?
Now, I don't think it's a hoax because on top of this misinformation campaign that's happening right now, the authorities have decided to put up cameras. Mind you, they're putting up cameras on private property that Metro said before they could not post video of. So if they have to black out the video when the police go into this private property, why are they allowed to place cameras on?
Now notice whose video he's showing. This is Cinema Shogun's video. This is Cinema Shogun's title. That's the way he does his videos. That's how I know it's him. So they're feeding off each other.
Said private property. It makes no sense. Further proof for me that this is getting covered up and that we are getting fed misinformation is the punishment I've undergone after posting the previous video. I've posted plenty of UFO videos on this channel before, which had gotten taken down, but I didn't get in trouble for it, so I don't know what's really happening here. But the moment that I hit publish on my most recent UFO Las Vegas video, the one with the ring light, the ring camera capturing the EBE outside of a home of one of the neighbors, the moment I hit publish,
so he's looking, thinking that the government is watching his video, and I mean, you could see it in his face. He literally thinks that that's connected to him showing this part of the video. Like, what is wrong with these people?
The moment I hit publish on that video, my channel was struck down instantly. Like, literally, I hit publish, I turned over, I went to go grab a drink of coffee. When I looked back at my phone, I had been flagged by YouTube. I received an email that I was pulled from the program. It has been a debacle, and I've been trying to fight it to get it back to no avail. Fingers crossed. Actually, they said they're looking into it, so I'm putting the most positive energy out there, and I say everything will be fixed by the end of the month.
Now, where I feel bad for this guy, I don't think he should have been demonetized. I mean, he got 496,000 subscribers. Okay, so he posted a false video. But there's plenty of false videos out there that don't get demonetized. So I think it's fucked up that he got demonetized over it. But again, you put out false information and the government's going to, I mean, YouTube's going to strike you down instantly. Tony, it's not that I'm not aware of the evil government, but there's logic and then there's conspiracy. And a lot of people don't know the difference.
So wish me luck, y'all, so I can continue to make videos like this without going broke. And as far as that ring cam footage, what I'm trying to do right now is, we already see what happened to Angel and his family. I'm experiencing...
So what he put out, okay, is that the ring cam footage took a picture of this alien. As you can see, it says ring on it. Are you going to tell me that that he got a hold of some ring cam footage that has an alien on it, and yet he's the only one that has it? Thank you, Tanya. And yet he's the only one that has it. I searched Reddits, I searched the internet, I searched media, I searched Google, I searched Bing. I could not find one picture that matched this. You would think, and I even searched TikTok.
Subscribe. I always try to tell them, do it every time. I tell them it's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
I even searched TikTok, and I couldn't find anything on TikTok that matched this Ring camera. Now, I have 2 Ring cameras. Ring cameras, I can put my location, like I can get Las Vegas Ring cam notifications. You can do it anywhere for any address. You don't get the actual camera, but you will get the you won't get the actual camera, but you'll get the notifications. How is it even humanly possible that this picture's floating around and nobody's got it? I call bullshit. I call fake picture. Prove me wrong. Show me a video of this ring, not a picture. I want to see the entire video.
Some stuff here with my finances and my income on YouTube. Further, I've been receiving a lot of very strange phone calls and voicemails on my Google Voice. Mind you, I don't have a phone plan because I'm traveling right now. I'm just using Google Voice. No one should have access to this number. Yet I'm receiving very strange phone calls and messages in different languages. The only people that have this phone number are myself and Google and any of my sponsors from before. So if it's not a sponsor and it's not myself, then it must be Google, considering they speak every language because they own everything. And what else does Google own? YouTube. So I really feel that this is a way to try and silence creators that are speaking the truth. I don't really care. I'm going to put the truth out there. Unless you tell me blatantly, hey, this is wrong, or, you know, don't post this little alien creature or whatever the hell, I'm not going to stop because you're being extremely vague and sketchy. And that makes me feel like I'm onto something. So what I've done is, in order to not give away my resources or the people that provide me information, because I don't want them to get in trouble or anything happen to them, I've been doing extensive research myself. I've taken that video, it's a 6-second clip from a ring cam. I've screenshotted it. I've done a reverse image search. I've done a reverse video search. I've posted it on my private Discord. I've posted it on Reddit. I've been trying to find the source just in case that is not an accurate depiction of what's going on, considering how low the ring cams are, though I do have a little explanation for that. So far, I've turned up nothing. This seems extremely original and authentic, and I truly believe it came off one of the ring cams of one of the neighbors. As far as why it's so low and so short, I guess, considering that the aliens are described as 8 feet to 10 feet tall, if you actually look back to previous encounters throughout history, there are people that are abducted or visited, or, I mean, I say abducted because I don't know what actually happens. They have fuzzy memories, so, you know, they could be taken to a place or questioned in their own home and just not really remember it. But whatever the case, they've come into contact with EBE or extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings. And they have said that there are tall ones with big eyes and then short little gray creatures that help them out. as well as different species and different variety of these extraterrestrials. So it's very possible that, as you guys saw with the backyard footage, we started discovering more entities, like the one by the fence that was obviously much lower, versus the ones that were near the forklift that were much taller, and the one to the left that was, I guess, average height that you see by the wall, right? We're discovering more creatures in this video. Maybe there's more to it than we know, more that we haven't seen, like the Metro blacked out video, and maybe they do have some of those smaller, small stature extraterrestrial beings helping them, right? So maybe some of the aliens weren't 8 to 10 feet tall. Maybe they were 3 to 4 feet, little gray or green men, and that's what the ring cam caught. I mean, I've been trying everything to find the source of this ring cam. This is literally, I'm going to take the word of how I received it. They tend to be extremely unbiased, and they don't really care about this stuff. They just know that I do. So it was sent to me. So I truly do trust them, and I trust the source, and I do trust that it came from one of the neighbors. So,
okay, I do not believe that it came from one of the neighbors. I do not believe that it is real. I do not believe that he really believes it. And I would fire his sources. I really would. I'm sorry. That would be everywhere. That's true too, Coffee. Could have been created in AI. But I'm not buying it. I do not believe that came from the neighbors, because where would his source get it from? Did he go knocking on all the neighbors' doors? Did you find anything on your ring cam? That would have been major news. Because I can assure you, if something like that showed up on my ring cam, maybe I wouldn't report it, like just for argument's sake, but everyone in my neighborhood could see it. So you're going to tell me nobody would report it? Come on now. Nobody's going to put it up. Like, if you have Ring, you know what I'm talking about. He's pushing a narrative to 252,000 people and 500,000 subscribers. It is completely false narrative, which is why YouTube shut him down. The whole Google thing with his phone number, come on, dude, really? Really? So now YouTube is harassing you? I don't know where these people come from. But they're certainly more exciting than Betty. But yeah, I don't know where the fuck these people come from. I don't know why they come up with this crazy shit, and it sells. I mean, it totally sells. I don't get it. Oh my God. So he just put up a new title. They plan on blocking the sun. This is no longer a conspiracy theory.
What's up, the Cinema Show?
The White House has an insane new plan to literally block sunlight from reaching Earth. I can't. Hey, Kate. I just can't with this. Meanwhile, he put it up a half hour ago. He's already got 1,000 views. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But as promised, I am going to drop a link. Hold on, there was another video. Here it is. I want you guys to see this. All right. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this already, but tell me what you think of this. Because I'll play it a couple of times.
We think it looks like Lisa doing her Sunday morning dance. I don't know.
Yeah?
Lisa, were you in La Junta on Sunday?
I know she was out of town.
Give it away. The video has been seen by...
Now, I'm going to even make this bigger so you guys can really see it. And I'll tell you the one thing that caught my eye about it.
Like Lisa doing her Sunday morning.
Now, what caught my eye about it is not the mask that this person could be wearing. It's how skinny they are. Look at the legs. These legs are skinny, like anorexic skinny. And that's what caught my eye about it. How are your legs that skinny? You see that? No, I'm looking at this. Look how skinny the legs are. That's the one thing that caught my eye. And the arm is so skinny. And you can see like the shoulder blade pop out. Look how long the arms are, for real. There's like, and look how skinny the bottom of the leg is. That's the one thing that caught my eye, is how skinny they're. Forget the top, forget the head, that could be a mask. All right, so I'm not worried. I'm not saying about this, but the skinniness really caught my eye. Even here. I mean, I know the leg is bent, but look how big the foot is. That's not a kid. Tweakers look like that? I don't know. I just felt like it was super, super skinny. And out of proportion. And I'm only looking at the body. I'm not even looking at the head. But I'd also like to know where the rest of the video went. They just cut it off. I want to know which direction he goes in. Is that when the video stopped? He just disappeared? But that's incredibly skinny. No, it's not that I'm taking this seriously, but it is a little odd. I'm not lying. It's a little odd. Yeah, it's Eugenia. I don't know. It's just really, really thin. But it kind of cuts here like they're wearing clothes. I don't know. But I found it really weird of how skinny they were. And how long the arms are as compared to the legs. I don't know. But like, why did the video cut there? Where did they go? Why would a young child be out at night? Here, like there's another shot. Look how thin they are. Look at that leg. And look how far apart the hips are. It's very strange. But they don't say why the video ended. Like, did the person just disappear? But that's a really good shot to see how skinny they are. And that's the one thing that caught my eye, is how thin it was. The animation flashed. They never say. I found this just on the news. But they never say if the video ends or if they cut it. But look at the way their leg is. That's not even like a knee. That's weird. Skinny and bone-legged. My husband said he's seen this on a show called What on Earth on Science Network. Oh, really? Oh, they do break it down? What do they say? No, because you see the shadow. So it's definitely someone there. I mean, you could see the shadow right here. I don't know. Is it so goofy, though? I mean, I just can't get over how thin the legs are. That's Dobby? Who's Dobby? Yeah, remember that, Karma? I remember that. But I'm telling you, it's the only thing that caught my eye is how skinny they were. And again, I'm not even looking at the head because that could be a mask. Kid with underwear on his head? Nah, his arms are too long to be a kid. And why would a little kid be out at night? Dobby from Harry Potter? I don't know. I guess there, from that, it looks like there's legs. I mean, there's knees. I don't know. Whoever it is, though, needs to eat. That's not a person's arms that long would be a major abnormality. I just don't think anyone that's skinny. Here, even look at this shadow. Look how thin his arms are. Look at that. Nobody's arms are that thin. Shadows make you look bigger. There's no way someone's arm is that skinny. And you can see that in the shadow, how skinny the arms is. Is this why my feed is full of alien videos? No. That's super ass skinny. This is so fake. But what is it then? No, the shadow's not bigger. It's just the angle. Now the shadow's moving with him or her. There's a reflection in car window. Where, right there? That's the light. Well, you got the car light there. I don't know. I just can't believe how skinny the arms are. Yeah, it could be spotlights. On Google. Now the shadow is definitely moving with it. You can see the shadow of the screen door open when the kid comes out the front door. Where? Oh, I see what you're saying. You know what? You're right. No, they're right. Watch. That was good. Good point out. Watch. You can't see it because I made this too big. Excellent point. If you watch over here, watch the shadows. They're right. Someone walks out of the house. See that? Right here? That's a door opening. I'll show you again. Right there. You can see the door open. Who pointed that out? Rachel. Good point, Rachel. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Rosemary. Was it Rosemary? Who pointed that out? Oh, E-Curb. It was E-Curb that did it. But they're right. If you look right here, that's a shadow of a door opening. Watch. There it is. Door opens, he comes out. Should have a personal eye see differently. E-Curb, yeah. They're right. You can see the shadow over here. Door opens, someone comes out. I knew it was, I had a feeling it was fake. I just couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out why this person was so skinny. But yeah, I didn't catch that. No, this is fake. You can see when the person walks out the door. Then watch reflection when walking past car. Yeah, but even an alien would still have a reflection. Yeah, you can't tell though. Meth will do that. Yeah, but yeah, I guess you're right though. I don't know, a person needs to eat. Whoever it is, they need to eat. Now, the long arms could be just the angle that they're at or the way it's showing. But interesting. All right. I can make a whole conspiracy behind it. All right. Show an interview with the mother and son that live in that house. Oh, is there? Well, the guy is like all over TikTok. All right, as promised, here's the link. So if anyone wants to come up to discuss alien theories, whether you believe in them, whether you don't believe in them, and why. I will do 45 minutes of an open panel, then I got to get back to candles. If you're just looking for the bathroom poorly, I'm telling you, Charlotte, you might be right. Oop. It's almost like they're goofing out because they want to see at the time with their shadow. Look to the side, you can't see any facial features either, like big, especially eyes. My poor dogs are so afraid of fireworks. They never used to be. I think it's just their old age. What's up, three dot Dave?
Is this PURPLEXEDQT?
It is.
Are you a cutie?
I am.
All right, nice. So just I'm not really sure about the things we've been talking about, but I thought the Nevada alien thing was kind of a trip to me.
Okay.
So did you watch who was that guy? He did it on Stone Gators.
Who?
I can't remember his name. I can't remember the guy's name we did. But there was a guy that kind of laid it out and did the the body cam cop where he sees the lights coming down, and then he's sitting there with some people.
And the fake video?
I'm sorry, fake?
The fake video with the alien, that one?
I don't know if it was fake because you had a body cam that was catching the light coming down, and then you had a 911 call that came in maybe 3 minutes after he saw that, and then the cop was talking to these people who saw it maybe 6 blocks away coming down.
Yes.
And that call came in going, we've got aliens in our backyard. He was talking with those people and going, I don't know about if I want to really want to go there. I've got butterflies. It seemed kind of weird.
See, that's where I think I go back to my World Trade Center theory, because I understand from the outside looking in, yeah, it seems weird, but think about it. If there was an alien, if you're a cop and you got a call and you know what you just saw on your camera, you're going to be hesitant. I don't want to know if that's real. I don't want to know if that's an alien. And knowing, because remember, the cop just saw something on his camera, on his, cam, that he just saw this thing come down. So it's not something he's ever dealt with before. It's probably easier for him to deal with criminals than the possible thought that it was an alien. So I don't blame him for acting like that, because to me, I'd honestly be the exact same way.
Right? He was talking to those people going, what do you think? It's not like you're running to the scene of the crime. I'm going to go and break, help out my partners, right? He was going, should I or shouldn't I? I'm not sure,
No,
to actually discuss it, it's that's kind of weird.
I really believe that he was just flipped out, just like everybody else. And it's just a situation that he never had to deal with before, and probably a situation he'll never deal with again. and just didn't know how to handle it.
I don't know. What do you think? Do
That-
aliens exist?
For a long time, I thought no, that these people are nuts. But the more I researched and the more that I looked into it, and, you know, we do have Area 51. So, do I think they exist to a certain extent? Yes. Do I think that it would be ignorant of me to say that there's absolutely no life on other planets? I think it would be ignorant because we don't know. You know, we've only been at the surface of other planets. We've never been inside other planets. But that doesn't mean that there's not life there. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, I think it's naive to think that the vastness of space wouldn't produce life, you know, and have it be that they're like, you know, maybe 1,000 years ahead of us, you know. That's kind of trippy to think about.
I agree.
You know, and then you think about like, you know, if that's true, and that they've like been around for millennia, right? Then you got to think about like all our histories about like, you know, where the pyramids came from and all these different temples and things that kind of all coexist, and then you got these like large.
I agree.
You know, there's these stories about large, you know, gods, you know, that are like, you know, like 10 feet tall, you know, and so I don't know. So something to think about. You know, I kind of took that all away. You know, I kind of like did all my, you know, all my research kind of back in the day, and I was like, you know what, this doesn't do me any good to like think about it like 24/7. I'm done with it. Tuck it away. But this kind of brought it back up again for me.
Understandable.
You know?
I can definitely understand that.
So when you, who was the? I can't remember the guy that Stone Gator and I kind of went through, but he's really quick. You know, he's a quick-minded guy. Come on, Stone Gator, give it to me. Russell Brand. Did you guys? I think she said that you guys kind of went through that.
Oh, I can't stand Russell Brand. He annoys the shit out of me.
I kind of agree. You know, I actually really agree. But I mean, he kind of broke it down where he like had the whole body cam and the topographical of the plot of land where it landed and had the whole 911 call. You know, all those things together. When I like watched it, it seemed, you know, interesting in a way. Have you ever seen a UFO yourself?
No.
You never like been camping or something and saw something trippy that made you think?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I would love to see one.
I live in California, so I'm like kind of on the border of Nevada, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen some weird shit, you know, like when you see like a asteroid or something coming in, you know, and like breaking the atmosphere, and you see like an asteroid coming down. That's what you like would expect. I've seen them go straight up. So it's like some weird shit.
Yeah, but there are planes that can do that. Like fighter planes can act like UFOs, and I don't know, between the air, the government, the military, I always question, you know, was it a UFO or was it a military jet? Was it, you know, an experiment they were doing? Is it something beyond our realm, or is it aliens? Or is it NASA? I mean, there's so many different things it could be.
I've got a great example. So I'm camping in, you know, close to Nevada.
Okay.
Pine trees all over the place, right? Still, super still. The air is still, like there is no wind, and we have like this bonfire, right? Me and my brother sitting there, and we're just like this huge bonfire. We're just chilling, like 3 a.m. right in the morning, and out in the distance, you hear this and it like comes and goes over our heads and goes away, slow, and like just cruises by. And then behind that comes a gust of wind that lays the fire over, blows our paper plates down the hillside, and freaking just insane wind, right? Just came out of nowhere. That is a trip to me. That's where I'm like going, there's probably some shit out there. I don't know. I'm definitely I would hate, it's weird because what if we're in that precipice where there could be a transition in thinking about how we perceive the world, What if they just came and just hello, what's up?
And I agree with that. However, if they can come here, why can't we go there?
Because we're dumbasses. We're worms to them.
Yeah,
that's what I came up here to say. Tell them UFOs and them aliens, if we can't go to their planet, they can't come now.
But that's what I'm saying. There's so much undiscovered that the government wouldn't tell us anyway. The government's not going to tell us, why is Area 51?
That's where it's weird. They've been, releasing all these, classified documents, and it seems like this is how I thought about it back in the day. This is how I thought they would do it, is that they would release it slowly and kind of make it in our faces where it's it becomes normal. That's how they would do it for us, for us to acknowledge it, kind of.
Okay.
This is how they would do it. If they really wanted us not to freak the fuck out, right? They would totally go, they exist, we know about it, get used to it.
But if they didn't exist, then what's Area 51 for?
Well, that's old school stuff. That's the how we keep shit hidden, and everyone, you have all these guys that want to talk about this alien exists or this kind of shit exists, and they get killed and shit. That's kind of how they did it back in the day. But if they're just gonna drop it and go, yeah, they exist, so what now? I think what would happen is, I think they would ask for, or they would want some kind of unified government, like a world government. That's what I think that would be kind of the agenda. That's what I think would happen.
Now, what if aliens are homemade by the government?
Yeah, but that's where you're going, okay, you thought, the vastness of space and that they probably do exist, right? Well, that would be they do exist. And all these theories about they're talking with our governments, and they're they're in these mountains and shit, and they're working with our government. Yeah, I kind of believe that. I think that they're messing around with us, and it's they're kind of they're probably gonna divulge themselves at one point.
So you believe, this is where I'm gonna be tested, Stoner. So you, just so I'm understanding you right. So
I said that as soon as he popped up there.
I know. So you believe that aliens are working with the government?
Yeah.
Okay, so you believe that the aliens can speak the human language, they can speak English, and they can interact with the government?
I think they're working with our government. They communicate with our government, and it's kind of I don't know.
That's who Biden was waving at when he was waving in the grass.
Oh, don't do it.
But in what capacity do you believe? Are they sitting there going, "Hey, Biden, what's up, yo"? I mean, are they
no,
Trump? Let's go
presidents.
for a beer.
This is the CIA kind of black ops type shit, where it's it's kind of the inherited unga bunga, weird shit that's been around for a long time since the what were you talking about? I don't know, that freaking the Nevada, whatever,
Okay.
Area 51.
Yeah, it's been around for a long ass time. I think there's been a long time of people messing around with aliens.
Okay, so you don't think that Papa Alien's going for a beer with Trump?
What?
You don't think that Papa Alien is, hey, Trump, let's go for a beer?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that this is bigger and deeper than that. And
Okay.
I think we're at that point. You know what's happening right now is that our technology has become too vast.
I agree.
I think that we're at the point where if we see something and it's like known, right? I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
And I think that we can no longer suppress. Where like back in the day, you go like 1,000 or let's say 100 years back. It's rumors. When you see UFOs back those days, doesn't exist because it's just he said, she said. Now you got proof, just like Nevada.
Okay.
So I think what's going to happen is that we're going to be. I think we're in that moment where something. I don't want it to be. I'm just saying that it could be. That we could be in that moment where it's like, I don't know, man. They could be in our faces.
I've never seen proof. You've seen proof that those aliens wasn't in people's backyard?
No, I don't. But it just resonates with me that this is how it goes. That it's gonna happen like this.
Okay. Tiffany, are you talking about what happened in Vegas? What we've been talking about? Yeah, I think the UFO stuff. Yeah, that's what
Dude,
the topic
if you listen to that 911 call, right?
Yeah.
Homie's like, I see it. It's freaking me the shit out. It's not, 8 to 10 feet tall. It's freaking got glossy ass eyes, got a big ass mouth, and freaking that sounded legit to me. That didn't sound like some jackass making up a story.
Oh, I
Homie saw it on his cam, right? On his his cop cam coming down. 3 minutes later, he gets a 911 call saying there's a UFO in my backyard, kinda.
I agree.
And the call was, dude, if you listen to it 100% from the point of view of that person calling, that's some legit shit. And what's really weird, what really makes it like it's comedic, is that homie said that one of them went over and tried to get in a bobcat and tried to drive that shit. It's comedic, but dude, it just seems odd. It seems really odd to me.
Okay, but I want to go back to something you said before. You said that you believe the government communicates with these aliens, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on.
Someone in chat said that they communicate telepathically, which I want to know your opinion on that.
I do believe that because he said, that guy in the 911 call said, when he locked eyes with that thing, he said he was frozen. Not frozen like petrified, frozen as if he was being manipulated.
Okay, but here's the problem. Aliens might be able to communicate telepathically, but us as humans, we can't do that. So how would we communicate?
I think we do actually.
How can we do that?
I was sitting at a table with my son and freaking and I had him. I think he was like 5 years old, and I was like, dude, look at these cards, right? I'm gonna grab a card. I'm gonna put it on my forehead. I'm gonna think about this card, and I'm gonna what color is it? And he called out like 5 out of like 6, straight up. Boom, card and number. So like color and number. So I believe telepathy works for us as humans.
Okay. Some people believe we can. Butterfly Dan says, I think we can too, actually.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dream that like came true?
Oh, I've had a lot of dreams that shouldn't have been dreams. So yes, definitely have.
I've had dreams that like maybe 2 days before literally came true. So I mean, there's some weird shit out there.
And I agree with that. And we don't know anything there's so much about the human mind that we don't know. And even though people have been trying to study it for years, you can't. Just like the afterlife. We don't know what happens because you can't die and then come back. So I agree with you. There's a lot about aliens we don't know. But the real question is, do we believe they exist? Do we believe that these people saw quote unquote aliens and this UFO landed?
No, I don't think that's the question. I think you kind of answered it. That the vastness of space. We're talking about like our little pinpoint Earth, and you go out in all directions indefinitely. If you are so naive to think that we are the only organisms that have ever existed, ever, it's kind of strange. I feel like there's probably what's been going on is there's like a negotiation going on where we don't get messed with. I think that's kind of what's going on.
See, I just don't think we have the technology, as vast as it is. I don't think we have the technology to go inside other planets. That's the one thing that everybody forgets when they talk about, NASA and visiting other planets. Hold on, I gotta fill up my tank.
Yeah, I do.
We may have touched on planets, but we've never been inside planets. And the Earth, we live inside it. And I think
we're babies.
But I think that's where people get confused. Like, we don't have the wherewithal to go inside of another planet. But we don't know if
when you say inside, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
We don't live on the outside of the Earth. We live inside the Earth. You know what I mean?
Can you touch the outside of the Earth?
What?
Well, I know that.
Well, that's when you go into outer space.
You mean going through the atmosphere like that, or how would they touch another planet without going inside of it?
I'm saying that, like, allegedly, and I say allegedly, we landed on the moon. All right, we landed on the moon. We're still looking at space.
Yeah, I believe that. Do you believe the Earth is round? Let's go there.
Of course.
Oh God. Let me just give you props now before I drop and go eat supper that even Dolly bucks 3 dots. So I just got to give you some props right now.
Thank you. And Stonegater is awesome, and everyone out there should be subbed up to her because she's awesome and she does not get enough views. Please go and say hi.
Dave, thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
bye.
I'm going to take off too. You probably don't want to keep going where we're going, but it's been really fun. I appreciate you having me here.
I'm glad you came up.
I'm really happy.
All right. You have a wonderful
You have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so how'd I do, guys? He was my test. How'd I do? For anyone that was here last night, you know what I'm talking about. So on a 1 to 10, how did I do? Americans never been to the moon is another rabbit hole. Yeah, I know. I did cooking once that I wasn't aware of THC, and I would have sworn I was. That's like I used to trip out and talk to posters on my wall. NASA lost all plans to get to the moon. It's much more likely that there's another life form. I agree with that. I did a 10. Woo woo. All right. See, I did good. So, but this is good though that they got off early because now I can get back to candles. Did you guys see my post? I made eggs and toast and Oreo cookies. And I made Swiss cheese. I made a whole shitload of stuff. But I still have to make cupcakes, but I have to get some orders done. So, guys, make sure you order your candles 20% off. Thank you, Chrissy. 20% off all candles until the 7th. All right, I got 10 out of 10s. I love you guys. Thank you, Janelle. So yeah, I want to make more of the fun stuff, but I got to do orders first. I got to get orders done. I have like 15 orders I got to make candles for. That was Dave, 3 Dot Dave, and Stonegater. Stonegater landed safe, obviously. I'm glad, Scorpio. And I would love to question either one of those creators, either Cinema or that other guy, because, yeah, I just think they're crazy. Oh, that I was going to be, what Dolly taught me, sarcastic, that I was going to be more engaging, and that I was not going to, and when I had someone up, I wasn't going to, like, curse them or anything or tell them they were crazy. So I wanted to make sure that I did good. And I did. Woo woo. So, all right. I'm going back to candles now. I want to thank you guys for here. Wasn't that more exciting doing something like that than fucking talking about Betty? I mean, really. Betty, Molly, Dolly, all of them. Like, there's so much other shit out there to talk about. And that's what we're going to do. Your candles wax melts make me hungry. I'm telling you. Like, seriously, though. These people talk about the same fucking people every goddamn day. It's annoying. So I said, I'm changing my channel. I'm fucking only talking about, like, people that nobody talks about. And what's weird, too, nobody makes videos about Cinema Shogun. I tagged him. Nothing came up. I was like, Jesus Christ, why can't he, like, tagged? Nothing. I was shocked. Thank you, Tiffany. I was absolutely fucking shocked. The drama is boring, Scorpio. It's the same shit over and over and over. I'm fucking over it. And I told people, I don't care if I have 50 people in here. I'm still not talking about the same people day after day after day after day. Fuck that. So, alright, peeps. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. And peace out, Bean Sprouts. Thank you guys for the Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats. Because you didn't see it before, sarcastic? Yeah. I got so much stuff brewing in there. But like I said, I got to get these orders done first. So, all right, I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, and that's it. Peace. And be good to each other, because you should be. All right? Peace out. Commercial first.